Hello, didn't see you there. I've heard that you're looking for work, and you're lucky because I'm giving out work, but only if you're the applicant I'm looking for. So, enough with my lame acting skills. So, I'm gonna be going through the format of the video and also why this video here. The reason why is so that you can see the face and hear the tone of the person that you're replying to. And I think that makes it easier in a sense because then you can envision yourself being in a real job interview situation. And moreover, some of these job interview situations, at least in our current day and age of social distancing, are done through well, recorded videos. So this is why we're here. We're practicing, although this is a test. So first off, how to record. Use phone or use computer. You should be able to publish it or share it with me into the Google Classroom assignment folder. If not, you can also publish it on YouTube and set the privacy settings so that it's private and only the person to whom you're sending the link will be able to see it, meaning me. But ask me questions or if you have problems with that. And I would prefer a video form because well, it makes it easier for me to understand what you're saying. Believe it or not, being able to see someone's lips and seeing the body language makes it easier to understand what someone is saying and in what kind of tone and manner. Yes. Second point, try to keep your answers brief. And with brief, I mean concise, short. So I have 4 questions here. So you should keep your answers within a time frame of 1 minute. So 1 minute per question, meaning that all in all, your recorded response should be about 4 minutes long. I will not be deducting or taking away points from you if you exceed this 4 minute time frame, but try to keep it, well, yeah, maybe I will, but try to keep it in 4 minutes. Basically, the main reason for me is that why 4 minutes? It's because it's clearer for you. You know what kind of answers and how long your answers should be. Secondly, it's easier for me because if everyone sends me a video that's like 10 minutes or half an hour long, I'm never gonna be able to finish them. And thirdly, it's important when you're using language that you have the ability to share information in a concise and relatively short form. Especially in a job interview situation, nobody is going to want to hire a person who is babbling on and on about their childhood memories and whatnot. And fourth point, while I have been trying to be looking for work in this social distancing phase, the job interviewers with whom I've had interviews, they've actually used the same format. So I'm teaching you because I want you to learn the real world and the ways of it. And before we start the interview, grading. I'm going to be basing my grading on a couple of points. So clarity. How clear is your language? Am I able to understand what you're saying, what you're meaning, etc. So for that, you should also concentrate on your pronunciation. So pronunciation is the act of pronouncing words in the correct manner. But you don't have to stress about that, as I've quite often stated that there are many different ways to use English, or there are many different language, well, dialects, accents. So it's not like I want you to use English in a similar way that I'm using it, but it should be proper English of some sort. Okay. Thirdly, it's vocabulary. So if you use big words or well, yeah, well, big words meaning words that are relatively difficult, or not difficult, but something that most basic language learners are incapable of using. Incapable is a big word because it has many synonyms. So I'm going to be giving you a better score. This actually applies also to your matriculation exam. So the same applies there when you're writing an essay. If you're able to use big words, then the teachers and the censors will be giving you better points. And last but not the least, language correctness, meaning grammar and other aspects of language, but grammar maybe is the most important aspect here. So for example, if you're talking about your childhood, you should use the correct verb tense. So you should say, when I was a child, I played with my big brother, instead of saying, when I are a child, I play with big brother. Okay, I think that's clear enough. Okay, this video is 7 minutes long, as it is. So let's start the interview part. Go. So the first question is, please introduce yourself briefly, give your name and some other interesting detail, and tell me, what job are you applying for and why? Why should include your motivation, your reason. Usually when applying for work, although people want to work because they want to have money, you should try to come up with other reasons also for applying for work. More often than not, you will not be hired if you say, "Dude, I want money." Yes. Okay, second question. What strengths do you have? And also, what weaknesses do you have? This is, believe it or not, the question that is asked quite often in job interview situations. People actually quite often, it is not a surprise that this question is asked, and therefore people usually try to come up with ideas for this question beforehand, because if you're unable to state your strengths in a real job interview situation, it's not gonna look good. But lucky for you, I'm not surprising you. This is not a live situation. You can pause me and you can use your time to come up with an idea of strength. And with your replies on weaknesses, especially, try to be honest, but do not reveal negative traits or negative traits from the point of view of an employer. Don't reveal them too much. For example, if you're lazy, don't say that I'm lazy. Try to come up with another way of stating that. Okay. Third question. If you were an animal, what animal would you be and why? Believe it or not, in job interview situations, for some reason or another, sometimes the recruiters ask you the most asinine and stupid questions. This question, for example, what animal would you be if you had the ability to be an animal, is sometimes asked to either reveal certain psychological aspects of an applicant, or B, just to throw off the applicant, or C, to relieve their stress, because a job interview is a stressful situation. I also have my reasons for asking this question, but I'm not going to reveal it now. Maybe some of you will understand. Mr. Teacher, he wants to see if I'm able to use the conditional form properly. Yes. Okay, and the last question, number 4. What makes you the most qualified person for this position? Meaning, well, the position is the job that you're applying for, and what makes you the most qualified, meaning either scholarships, knowledge, prior experience, etc., etc. This is also a question that is quite often asked in job interview situations, and it's difficult, especially for quite a few Finnish people, because Finnish people, or at least I, almost never believe myself to be factually the best, just based on the fact that I have never seen the other applicants, so I can't factually state that, oh, I'm the best, most qualified person for a position. But in this scenario, it's at least in the real world, it's recommended that you should be able to praise yourself in some way, although it can be quite difficult. Okay, so I hope that these instructions were clear. If you have any questions, please send questions to me. If you have technical difficulties, send questions to me. And I don't know, maybe it's tough to say for you to have fun with this, as this is a test situation, but don't stress too much. Okay? This is not the most important test of your life, but it is for this course. Good luck, my friends.